Hi, sweeties. How are you doing? Welcome to Naya. Same awesome Naya, and thank you all so much for all the love and support. Hope you all are doing great. So I posted a video concerning Janet Jackson, what she said about Kamala Harris' father, right? I saw so many comments. People have different opinions. I love the fact that we all have different opinions. But I am going to ask this. Do you people really know the policies of the people that you all are planning to vote for, right? We have two major candidates. The other one is aside because she's a third party and all that. So do you understand what this person's policy is all about? Do you understand what the other person's policy is all about, right? Now, I am also going to ask you this. With all the policies that you know have you all, with their policies, have you heard of Project 2025? I also saw people in the comment section trying to chastise me or telling me that I do not understand what I am saying because, what's his name? Trump is not a part of Project 2025. And I made it clear with another follow-up video of Jasmine Crockett, which a lot of people were like, man, this is really on another deeper level, right? So with everything going on, do you understand that Project 25 is also going to hurt you? For those that do not understand, I mean, there are so many things that will work not in your favor, right? But then I cannot tell you whom to vote for. I am asking you people on a deeper level. What do you people want? Because I see a lot of people telling so many stories. What do you people want? Because I am not campaigning for anybody, right? But I want to know what you want because whatever you say is what I work with. Let's get into this.
So I've observed there's a very particular kind of woman who does not support Kamala Harris or support women like Kamala Harris. And when I say women like Kamala Harris, I mean successful, college-educated, outspoken, fearless kind of woman. Setting aside her political stance, her political platforms, her political career, her policies, etc. Setting that aside. The women who would benefit most from someone like Kamala Harris being in power are the women who support her the least. I also saw this back in 2016, during the 2016 US presidential election when Hillary Clinton was running. Despite Hillary being unpopular for a myriad of reasons, there was a strong contingency, this very strong element of women who were against Hillary, not because of her policies, not because of her political background, but who were against just what she represented. College-educated, successful, outspoken women. And the women who suffered the most from someone like Trump being president and overturning Roe versus Wade and increasing income taxes, etc., and rolling back all the progress we've made on women's rights and introducing this contingency of far-right, neo-Nazi, fascist, incel, podcast-spewing bros, the women who are harmed the most by those acts and by those groups were the women who support women politicians the least. I think that some women are so patriarchal. I've said this before, they're drunk off the patriarchal piss. And they're so drunk off of it, they would rather continue imbibing that poison rather than ever challenging that poison having power over them. They would rather continue being subjugated and oppressed by patriarchal systems so long as a man is the one doing the oppression. Because if it's a woman trying to upend or overturn that oppression, then that just doesn't align with their own internalized misogynistic patriarchal beliefs. Because at their core, these women are female misogynists, okay? At their core, they're very pro-man, they're very pro-patriarchy. They themselves are misogynists, okay? They're anti-woman because they've internalized the patriarchy and they've accepted it as the acceptable standard status quo. Any woman coming along to challenge that status quo, to turn it on its head, whether that woman is unpopular like Hillary Clinton, or whether she is popular like Kamala Harris, whether she's white like Hillary Clinton, whether she's not white like Kamala Harris, any woman who comes and challenges it is just someone that they can't vibe with. They're content, right, with being subjugated or oppressed by the patriarchy. In their minds, that's just a small price to pay for having the patriarchy as the status quo. And I know I'm right, not just because I have a Bachelor of Arts in Sociology, a minor in Anthropology, and a whole fucking law degree. I know I'm right because I see it on both sides of the political spectrum here in the United States. I saw it in the way that women responded to Nikki Haley, who was running to be the Republican candidate for president. She is a woman, she is a minority, and despite the fact that she supports Trump, she's still a woman, right? She's still a non-white minority. And despite the fact that she was trying to run on the Republican ticket, there were women who wouldn't support her. Women of her own ethnic and racial backgrounds who claim to be Republicans who wouldn't support her. Why? Women with internalized misogyny, women who are themselves female misogynists, women who are happy to be props and pawns for the patriarchy and will uplift and support patriarchal violence. They themselves, all they have going for them is their womanhood. They're not like these other women who have careers and who have college degrees and who have independent success. All they have going for them is their womanhood, their biological womanhood, which is why they're also extremely transphobic, because they view having their organs that they're born with as some kind of one-up, as some kind of gotcha, because that's all they have going for them in their minds. This is just my theory, okay? Just work with me. Outspoken women who come along saying, no, there's more value to my life. There's more value to what I can bring to the world than just the fact that I can be a broodmare, right? I have more to offer than that. Those women buck up against the female misogynist whole identity. And I'm not saying this to shit on women who are mothers or to shit on women who want to have children. Not at all, because that's not the point of this conversation. Not at all. I'm saying this to the women who view their womanhood, their biological womanhood that they're born with, as some kind of one-up against other women who say, no, there's more to me than just my ovaries. There's more to me than that. I'm a well-rounded human being. Because think about it. Kamala Harris is child-free. Hillary Clinton has one child, right? So like, what's their issue? You know, what's their issue with women being child-free? Why do women have issues with other women being child-free? Because they view it as like, well, I have kids and that's my whole thing, is that I'm a woman and I'm someone who can procreate. I don't have anything else going for me. So in a world where the playing field is leveled and women who choose not to have children are now on equal social status and have equal access to privileges and rights that women who have children have, now you've wiped out the hierarchy, basically. You've wiped out their advantage because you're no longer shunned by society. You're no longer denied opportunity just because you choose not to have children. You're no longer denied opportunity because you choose to remain single. You're no longer denied opportunity or safety because you're LGBTQ now, right? So you have a level playing field and all these other things going for you. And these women who are extremely patriarchal, all they ever had going for them was their womanhood, and their womanhood wasn't boiled down to their humanity. It was always boiled down to their biological functions. Female misogynists and women who are drunk off the patriarchal piss are jealous of women like Kamala Harris and Hillary Clinton and even Nikki Haley, because those women are outspoken, they're successful, and they buck up against everything that a woman is supposed to be. They have more going for them than their ability to procreate. And that is a threat to the female misogynist, and that is a threat to her power and her status in society. I'm right, and I should say it. It really never ceases to amaze me how people who come from otherwise marginalized identities turn around and become wannabe oppressors themselves. Janet Jackson, Michael, your brother, is rolling in his grave right now. I promise you that. You with your misinformation comments about Kamala's background. Oh, I heard her dad was white, and no matter what happens when she gets elected, it'll just be mayhem. What the fuck are you talking about? Your baby daddy is white. Oh, he's Middle Eastern. No, he checks Caucasian on his census designation form, since what we put on our census designation forms is so fucking important in this upcoming bumbleclot presidential election, since that's such a big fucking deal. Most of your nieces and nephews in the Jackson family have Caucasian parents. Is that a problem for them, or is it only a problem for Kamala? Because as white as Kamala may or may not be, one thing she's not is someone who repeatedly gets botched nose jobs, but that's another discussion. In the year of our Lord 2024, we still have self-hating individuals concerned about what Kamala Harris puts on her census designation forms. I don't care if she identifies as the color blue. What I care about are her and Tim Walz's policies. What I care about is getting Trump up out of here permanently and getting his radicalized ass followers out of here permanently and getting rid of the idea of a Project 2025 permanently. That's what I care about. And see, that's the thing when you have mixed race identities, like, I don't know what it is, because people still refer to Barack Obama as our country's first black president. He is referred to as a black man, and then maybe secondary identity is that he's biracial with a white mom. But he's commonly, like, colloquially or more most known as a black man and our country's first black president. Oh, well, the issue is that Kamala doesn't have any American ancestry, so she can't claim herself as black. Neither does Barack Obama. His mother is a white American woman, a white woman, but his father, the black parent, is a Kenyan man who was born in Kenya. So ancestrally, Barack Obama also does not have any black American ancestral ties either, and yet he's still a black man. So is it that blackness is viewed as inherently masculine, so that's why it's easier to call mixed and biracial men black, see Drake and Barack Obama, as opposed to women? And someone like Janet Jackson, her especially, given that she's a Gen Xer, someone like her, if Kamala were to stand up and say, no, I only identify as black, I don't identify as mixed, I don't identify as biracial, I am only black. The same Janet Jackson bringing into question the identity of her father would also turn around and say, no, you don't get to claim blackness because you're not fully black. This is why I don't like these discussions about ethnicity and racial background, because it gets touchy for me being mixed myself, because it just does. It's like, so I am comfortable in my identity. Kamala is very obviously comfortable in her identity and what, again, she chooses to put on her census designation forms and what appears on her driver's license. So we're comfortable with who we are. Why is the rest of the world so agitated with what we identify as? You see what I mean? And in this day and age, when we have bigger, far more scary things banging on our door, like Project 2025, and we're worried about someone's parentage, are we being serious? I have to laugh to keep from crying. Like, neither Kamala nor I nor people like us have any control over the people who came before us and decided to lie down with one another and procreate. So we're here now, and within the holdovers and the leftovers of centuries of colonialism and enslavement, this is how we identify, and this is how we present ourselves to the world. You really shouldn't have any smoke for someone like Kamala, who can claim both black and mixed race identities because she fucking can, because that's who she is. You instead should have the smoke for the Western European monarchies and nobilities who created these racial systems in the first place and created them and enforced them to be so strict that there can be no deviations outside of them. That's where your smoke should be for. Your smoke should be for someone like Donald fucking Trump, Janet Jackson, who doesn't think that someone like you should have access to IVF treatments. That's who your smoke should be for, and if I'm not mistaken, that's how your child was born. But I digress. What the fuck do I know, right? And now we're back to this mayor of Hamtramck, which, if you don't know, is a small city near the city of Detroit, where I live here in Southeast Michigan. The mayor of Hamtramck, a Muslim man whose ancestry is Middle Eastern, coming out and saying that he endorses Trump for president. A Middle Eastern Muslim man endorsing Trump for president. Trump, Mr. Muslim ban Trump. That same Trump. Trump, Mr. We're going to build a wall and not let any immigrants come to our country. Mr. Trump, who wants to make English the de facto law of the land in every state. That same Donald Trump. Like, I don't know what it is about oppression or possessing an oppressed identity or being marginalized in some way that makes marginalized groups turn around and support the same ideologies that marginalize them in the first place. I don't know if it's an attempt to correct the power that's removed from you when you're a marginalized person. So maybe if I identify with those who hold the power, then maybe I too will become powerful and I will no longer be marginalized. Maybe that's the thought process. Because I observe it a lot in foreigners. And I can say this because I am a foreigner myself who is from a foreign family. My family is from Jamaica. And I ask them all the time, you come to America and you don't like American culture, you don't like American ideals, you don't like the various groups of people like women who have rights and autonomy in America. And Jamaica and your country, your home country is such a land of milk and fucking honey. Why did you leave? If the home country was so great and it was so perfect, why did you leave? Why are you here in America trying to make America as fucked up as your home country? I ask my family this all the time. They never have an answer. They never have an answer. And then I ask them a follow-up question. Well, at this rate, would you go back and relocate back to the home country? Would you relocate back to Jamaica and live there full time after having lived in America for some time? Still no answer. Still never have a fucking answer. So between Janet Jackson and this dumbass Hamtramck mayor endorsing Trump, and yes, I'm calling you a fucking dumbass because this is America. I am a woman with rights, specifically the First Amendment rights, where I can criticize government officials without fear of reprisal, jackass. Between Janet Jackson and that dumbass mayor of Hamtramck, Michigan, again, you just see the pipeline from oppressed, marginalized person to someone who wants to do the oppressing and marginalizing to someone else.
Here's a direct message from a black man to all the racist supremacists of the world. Because y'all seem to only have nuts when you're on social media talking. There's no need to jump in comments. There's no need to do all the tough internet stuff. When you see me or any of my people out in public, just pop it off if you really want an issue that bad. If you really want it to go down. There's no need to wait in the shadows for your favorite politician to give you instruction. Pop it off. I'm so sick of hearing all you supremacists, all you tyrants, all you racist individuals talk about these migrants, talk about these people like you ain't the original migrant. Like you ain't the original illegal immigrant. Like you ain't the original colonizer. Like you ain't the original thief. Like you ain't the original mass murderer, mass rapist. You're all of these things. I hear Trump talking all this deportation and yeah, I hear all of that, but so should white people be deported? Should we treat white people the same way whites are trying to treat the migrants? Wouldn't that make sense since that's your ideology? Since you're saying the migrants are here illegally, but you are. The European American illegally occupies indigenous land to Africans and Native Americans. So what are we talking about here? What is the selective outrage and selective hearing about this issue? Any racist. You don't like black people, you don't like Hispanics, you don't like Puerto Ricans, you don't like Asians, whatever it is, you don't like us? Pop it off. Stop talking. Y'all talk too much. You cowardly asses just sit on the internet and talk and create bot and troll accounts to troll people, and it ain't working. We don't care about you. We ain't interested in talking to you. We don't want nothing to do with you. None of us. I don't understand why y'all are so obsessed with what black people are doing. You obsessed with what Hispanics are doing. You obsessed with what the migrants are doing. You obsessed with what everybody else is doing, but yet your government don't even care about you. Let's remember, I'm the same person that said, regardless of color, a combat veteran shouldn't have to pay another bill in this country. I'm the same person that said I'm not a Republican nor a Democrat. I'm not a Blood nor a Crip. I'm not none of these things. So I speak unbiasedly. Joe Biden is an issue. Donald Trump is an issue because the agenda that they serve together goes against the forward momentum of the people. Why is it that we still participate in the Republican and Democrat gang war? Neither side give a damn about your broke ass. But you sitting up there arguing and debating for people that just line in their pockets with corporation money. You sitting up there arguing and debating for people that's trying to figure out how to further divide you from your children and your family and your neighborhood and your community. They are trying to gain more and more control over you and your household, and you sitting up there arguing with a person that's just as broke as you about who you want them to vote for. I don't care what side you on. Both these individuals is the problem. On one hand, you got one that can't even speak a full sentence properly. And on the other hand, you got a racist with a supremacist base that's just a purebred idiot. You lose on both ends. Black people lose. White people lose, Hispanics lose, everybody loses because guess what? Both these individuals is unqualified and incompetent. So what is this really about? Because if it's a war that y'all are trying to start in America, pop it off, bro. There's no need to do all the subliminal waiting in the shadows for a politician to tell you to do it. Pop it off. We gonna answer the door. I promise you. I promise you, once you pop it off, We gonna answer the door. We see you from a mile away because we've been dealing with you since the beginning. All of this fake outrage about the migrants, forgetting that the original migrants is you.
So this is all I got from this video, and I am going to start by saying, why is it that a lot of people are very much concerned about where Kamala Harris is from, instead of focusing more on Project 2025, giving the cops immunity and stopping IVF, mass deportation of so many people. Like, it's a whole lot to count for, to count. What is that called? Islamophobia, anti-blackness, and so many of it. Why are we so much concentrating on where she is from? Okay, if people tells you this is where I am from, she is biracial, she's also black, mixed with some other, So why is that a problem? Why are we not focusing at the fact that we have so many obstacles ahead? I mean, these are the things we should be focusing on working towards. Working towards it and making sure that we are in unity while working towards it. This time around, I feel like we are all divided, right? I think Janet Jackson, I think she had her child through IVF. Is that what she wants for like other people? There are so many women and other people that cannot conceive through the natural way. Like, why would you, it's just like some people that are supporting Trump when it comes to immigration, right? Some of them actually are immigrants. And they are also supporting him because he is going to deport so many people. So sometimes I feel like those people are kind of selfish, because somebody will pass through this door, and the door, other people wants to pass through it. They will say, no, we can shut the door. Now, let me tell you something. I see also I see also people like, Hispanics, Puerto Ricans, and all that, pushing for like the anti-immigration law. And some of them are like, do not even have proper papers. So what do you people really want for yourself? Like, I really don't understand it. Why are we like kind of blind now? And how come, just like what she said, the Middle Easterners, like saying that they are supporting, Donald Trump. See, I do not have a problem with whoever you're supporting. But are you considering the fact that you are working against your own progress? There is nothing as horrible as, supporting somebody and knowing fully well that you are working against yourself, or directly. I don't know if indirectly they probably do not know. Some of his policies and all that. These are the problems that people are facing. Like, I don't know if they are facing it to say, or they are just being ignorant, because I am not going to, I will never vote against my own interest. Why? Because in the end, I don't know how I am going to look at myself and probably shake myself or slap myself for doing something not so nice, But then it is what it is. It looks like we wake up every day, like a lot of people are coming up with so many discourse. There are so many discourse on this, Kamala Harris and all that. People waking up to say this, say that. The truth is that we have bigger problems ahead of us, and I really look forward to this election coming to an end. Sometimes I feel like some people are also being Candace Owens on their own side, and then probably sometimes sit back to say that Candace Owens is not a good person, when you also act the same way she acts. So who are you, right? Now, moving forward, what do you people want? Because it looks like some people really do not understand what Project 2025 is, right? We look around, we look left and right, we see people that look like me, like being unalive every time. And we get to hear so many stories, police brutality and all. Then it looks like it is not a thing. Some people are this type of people that as long as it is not affecting them, it is no problem, Whoever it's affecting, let it affect you. Just like when you carry somebody's corpse on the head I mean, as long as it is not yours or someone related to you, you're like, whatever. But then the day it touches you, that is when you understand what other people have been feeling and all that, what it means to lose people. This is an adage. I'm not even supposed to be explaining it to every one of you. So now I am asking you people, especially Black people, what do you people want? Because I know we are not going to have like, one opinion when it comes to some certain things, right? That's why it's that we all have different minds. We have our opinions. We know what we want. And like, we all cannot like agree together, like in unison. We might get people that will want yes. We might get people that will want no, right? Which is okay. We can not always have the same opinion. We would never always have the same opinion, right? So now I am asking, what do you people know? What do you people understand about Trump's policy when it comes to this election coming? So what do you understand about Kamala Harris' policies? Let's just discuss this in the comment section so to get an insight about what you all want. Because I am seeing the post that I posted on Janet Jackson coming out to say that Kamala Harris' father is white, right? And a lot of people are just in the comment section being very negative, which I do not have any problem with, right? It's your opinion and everybody is entitled to his or her opinion. That is why the comment section is open, right? Now, I am asking you on a deeper level. I don't want it to be on a shallow level. Like, I am asking you because I keep telling you people that I do not have any person that I am in, like, particularly supporting, because, I mean, your decision is all that matters. Whatever you say is what I go with, because I can just come out here and start promoting or start like, campaigning for anybody. I do not do that. But I personally said that whatever you all tell me that this is what you are going to do during this election, I am going to push it forward. Why? Because I am this person that has always been in Black business and I am not leaving anytime soon. And I am on a deeper level asking you, what do you people want? Do you people really understand their policies? Do you know what it is like, what they are up to? Do you know who is going to hurt you? Do you know who is not going to hurt you? So in all this going on, what do you stand for? What do you stand for? Are you going to wake up every day instead of moving forward? You want to go backward? Or you want to be part of the people that want to, like, keep doing some certain thing. Like, it looks like some people really don't understand what this Project 2025 is all about. Like, your rights are being taken away. As a woman, you do not have any right. There are some things you can do as a woman, even when you are at the point of being, you cannot do it. So I am asking you all again, what do you want? Let me know in the comment section so we can pick it up from there. And that will also, like, understand more what you people want. See you all in my next video. Bye for now.